Hello and welcome to Flames TV. I'm your host, Steve Allred. Let's continue our interview now with six-time IHRA Top Fuel Dragster champion, Clay Millican. So, will we see you again in 2008? You mentioned you are going to Indy.
Yes, we are going from Reading through the rest of the year. We'll run all the remaining NHRA races and just trying to get ourselves prepared for next season and make an all-out run to try to be add a NHRA championship to the resume.
Yeah.
We've had a very successful run in the IHRA, and we want to have the opportunity here to prove ourselves in the NHRA. This past season did not go very well. We just had lots of mechanical issues in the past season, and we're going out this year with all brand new setup, a new tune-up. We've got Lance Larson in here tuning the car now, and we've got two brand new cars that are ready to go, and we're going to go out there and try to do our best to show that we can run with all the best in the world. That's kind of our game plan right now, and we're going to start right this weekend at Reading and go throughout the remainder of the NHRA season and try to show that we can run with the best there is.
Now, with the nitro shortage, have you been able to test it all, or are you're going out with without any benefit of testing?
This past weekend, we actually went to Monroe County Dragway in Aberdeen, Mississippi, a track that David Glidewell and his family own. It's a small 8-mile track, very, very nice facility. We went down there Friday night during their test and tune and basically just stepped on the gas a couple times.
Clay, what's your opinion of 1,000-foot versus quarter-mile racing?
Right now the NHRA has elected to race 1,000-foot. It's certainly understandable that they're doing that for safety reasons, to give some of the companies that are involved in drag racing the opportunity to try to make it safer for everybody. It's very understandable, the reason that they did it. A lot of these racetracks, they are fairly short, and the racetracks don't have the property to expand the length of their racetracks. I mean, some of the racetracks are located in areas where, there's houses and businesses that have grown around the racing surface, basically, and the NHRA's got to try to protect all the people involved in drag racing, and that's what they're doing right now. And there's a lot of smart people in this racing world, and they will come up with a solution to make these cars safer. The speeds that they travel, are mind-boggling, and it is just what we have to do at the moment until the time comes that they have found the solution to make it safer.
Do you think 1,000-foot racing is here to stay, or do you think we will eventually go back to quarter mile? And which would you rather see?
At the time that they went to the 1,000-foot racing, I wasn't sure how long they would do it. I mean, they elected to do it for the rest of the season, and it is up to the people in Glendora, at the NHRA office as to how long we'll do it. Personally, I think that we will go back quarter-mile racing, once they come up with some solutions that'll make it safer for everyone. And for me, if I'm racing, I'm happy, just to do it. I'm very lucky that I get to do it. And, there's lots of eighth-mile racing that goes on in this world. A few years ago, I competed in, the largest paying drag race that there's ever been, and it was on the eighth of a mile racetrack in Huntsville, Alabama. I was lucky enough to win that, and, it's fun. For me personally, I'll race any length that they tell us we can race. I mean, it's just what I do. I mean, if it's a foot race to, 60 foot, let's go do it. I just want to have the opportunity to race and do it safely, and I'll leave it up to the people that look out for the whole sport. And again, that is, the Professional Racer Organization, PRO, the great people at NHRA. They know what's best for this sport, and we've got to just race within what the guidelines are they give us.
You've had a stressful year, to say the least. What do you do to get away from it? How do you have any other hobbies? You have any other interest, or do you do any other kind of racing just to get away from it?
I mean, for the most part, I do kind of live out in the country, but I don't hunt or fish. It's not my thing. I don't seem to have the patience for it. But
yeah.
I guess fishing or playing golf for me, for the most part, is hanging out with my kids. My oldest boy, who's in college, he's a skateboarder. I helped the city of Munford raise money, build a skate park that is now complete, and my youngest son races motocross on a four-wheeler. He runs the ATVA National Motocross Series. I really enjoy, working on the four-wheelers. It is racing, but it's certainly different. It's not just a horsepower thing. It's handling and suspension, and that's kind of been a new challenge for me the last couple of years. He's been doing that, and that's a lot of fun. I enjoy doing the motocross races, and I go with him as much as I can. And when I can't, him and his mom go. We've got a truck and trailer, and they get loaded up and they head out. It's an 11-race series, which Dalton, my youngest, actually didn't get to do many of them this year because while I was out of work, we certainly couldn't afford to do it. But it's very exciting. I really enjoy doing it.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm looking at my clock, and we're running out of time. Is there anything else that you'd like to say before we close today?
Absolutely. I would really like to thank Mark Pickens for keeping this team together and giving me the opportunity to continue my dream of being a professional race car driver, and hope all the fans are, ready for me to come back and listen to my long drawn out interviews at the end of the racetrack, which I hope there's a lot of, because usually that means that you've turned the wind light on, and I'm just really proud that everybody stuck with us. Matco Tools, Lucas Oil, and it's just really awesome. PJ1 Brands, the people that stuck with me while we were kind of in between racing and not racing, and Mark Pickens and his whole family, Kenny Koretsky for the opportunity this weekend, and I'm ready to go step on the gas. I mean, this is a great weekend for us.
Well, thank you so much for joining us today, and we really appreciate you taking a little bit of time, particularly since you're in travel going to Reading. So have a great weekend.
We are, and I appreciate being on the show. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Hope you come back and join us again. Clay Millican, ladies and gentlemen.